Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. Name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. So today guys, what you're looking at here is I am in Lake City, Florida. And I'm in an empty parking lot where I come to practice from time to time. Usually another parking lot that's a little cleaner than this right across the street here. But because they had cars and so forth, I didn't want the audience. But what I'm doing today, guys, is I'm doing a little practice here. I came out with my cones. I'm on my 2019 Honda Goldwing manual. And, just trying to get some practice, man. They say if you have time to ride, you have time to practice. But anyway, guys, for all of you guys that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you guys that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all of you guys, this is the parking lot that I usually practice in here. For all you guys that leave comment in the comment section below, I love having conversations back and forth with you guys. Just came off of doing that video after doing a test ride on the mighty Challenger. Like I said, guys, wouldn't trade the Goldwing for it at this point, but would love to be a owner. For that to be the sister here of Ruby. But the truth of the matter is, guys, I really wanted to see what the Pursuit looked like. I've seen it on videos, wanted to see it in person. But yeah, guys, this video really is about, as you see the title there, is the Honda Goldwing a boring motorcycle. Now, the guy that I met that encouraged me to go out and ride this motorcycle as I was coming from work one morning, at the gas station stopped to have my cup of Joe, heading home. He's heading to work, and I've seen this guy many mornings with his adventure bike, and was always curious about what made people ride those specific type of motorcycles. So as I went over and I had a conversation with this guy, he was friendly and quite informative. Started talking about motorcycles and explained to me that he lives down a dirt road. This is his primary form of transportation. Tell me how this motorcycle is multi-purpose, man. It makes sense to me why someone would own those motorcycles. I mean, those things, you can ride them on the streets, you can ride them off-road. Wicked bike, man. But anyway, we got into the conversation about motorcycles, and he claimed he owned 19 different motorcycles, quite a bit of sports bikes, Honda CBR 900RR, all that kind of stuff, and got around to asking me what I rode, and I said, the Suzuki Boulevard M109R 2012 and the Honda Goldwing. It's like, wow, Honda Goldwing is a nice bike, man, but man, you need to go and ride that Challenger. If I had to get back into baggers and so forth, my preference will be the Challenger over the Harley, over the Honda, and then he said, the Honda Goldwing is kind of a boring motorcycle. Wow. It did two things for me at that point. It kind of had me curious as to why he would call the Honda Goldwing boring and why he was so fascinated by the Challenger. It kind of motivated me more and more to go out and ride that motorcycle, and I can definitely see the attraction for the bike. The bike is full of technology, it is full of power, it's a beautiful looking motorcycle. And but guys, so is the Honda Goldwing. I'm coming from the world of sports bikes, and this Honda Goldwing, going from a sports bike to a bagger, for me, I'm putting my visor down, hope you guys can still hear me. For me, it checked all the boxes, man. Motorcycle is in tour, and it feels like an absolute monster just in tour. You put this bike in sports mode and it's like, wow, kind of feel like I'm back on a sports bike. So I really don't get where that word boring would come from. But one of the things that I didn't ask, as much experience as he seemed to have with motorcycles, is have he been out to ride the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. Now, I don't know anything about the previous Goldwings. I have rode a Valkyrie way back in the days, and I remember that motorcycle being absolutely powerful. You know, again, a different type of ride than that V-twin motor, but nonetheless, man, I feel like you got a small 6-cylinder car motor in a motorcycle. So when it comes from weight to power ratio, the reason this motorcycle is as fast and as powerful as it is. Now, I took the challenge of going out, and as was advised by so many folks to test ride that Challenger, I am going to encourage any of you Challenger and Harley riders, go out and test ride the Honda Goldwing, preferably the DCT. Put the motorcycle in the different modes. No, just get in the throttle and tell me what you think of that motorcycle. Now, I have heard one of the Indian riders test riding the motorcycle recently. I did watch that review, and the only conclusion he could come to was that the bike was comfortable. It was smooth. It was a weird feeling to what he was used to, so he did use that term, weird. But the truth of the matter is, boring never came to mind. I must say, I'm a little perturbed that he used that term, boring, for this motorcycle. Man, this motorcycle is nothing nothing less than awesome, exciting, powerful, beautiful. The Honda Goldwing, guys, is a beast. So let's talk a little about the performance of this motorcycle. I went out, rode a Challenger, highly impressed. A lot of performance in that motorcycle. So I went back and I started looking at specs, and of course the torque on the motorcycle is ridiculous, but it's interesting that when you look at the specs of these motorcycles, every article that you look at is coming up with different numbers. For the Honda Goldwing, on one of them I saw 125 horsepower, 125 torque, 0 to 60, 3.9, quarter mile, 11 seconds, a little under 12 seconds. So I started pulling up performance cars, man. And I said, what the hell would this thing be equivalent to, or these motorcycles be equivalent to? Now, as we know, guys, they call the Honda Goldwing the Cadillac of motorcycles. So I thought it was appropriate for me to first look up that CTSV Cadillac. Guys, look at the specs of a 640 horsepower sedan. That is obviously the Cadillac, and the performance of Cadillacs. And you're going to see the specs of the Honda Goldwing, if you're looking at it pound for pound, is equivalent to a 640 horsepower American muscle. I don't know if that car is supercharged or turbo, but who would sit in that Cadillac CTSV, go from 0 to 60, you know, in 3.9 seconds, cover the quarter mile, and I think that one is like 11.9 or something like that also. Very, very close numbers to the Honda Goldwing. But guys, it get a little better than that. Since we are talking about the Honda Goldwing and the preference when it comes to the performance is the DCT, let's talk about that Corvette. I'm putting you guys out there to do some research. Go and look at the quarter mile, the 0 to 60 on the Corvette. Look at the quarter mile in the Corvette. Now, it is a little quicker than the Honda Goldwing, but we are putting these motorcycles, man, the Challenger, we are putting these motorcycles in the performance range of stuff like almost a 488. Actually, it is quicker than some of the Ferraris, Spiders, different kind of, you know, Ferraris. The 488 is obviously, that's you talking about a, I think it's a V8 twin turbo, you know, just performance beast. But boring? How does the word boring come in to a conversation when it comes to any of these motorcycles? You know, when I heard this guy talking about having all of these different motorcycles and seemed to be so knowledgeable about motorcycles, you know, it just brought me back to that topic that you got to be careful who you get your information from. Do your own research. Go out. Do your own test rides, you know, and make your decision on what you think after you have done it, the research yourself. You know, I'm interested. Next time I see him at the you know, the gas station, I'm going to ask him, hey man, have you test rode the new 2018 and up Honda Goldwing? So, you know, before you pass judgment on any of these motorcycles, go out and test ride, man. Like I said, the feeling might not be for you if you're used to the V-twins. If you're used to the smoothness of the Honda Goldwing and the BMWs, then you might not like the... But man, what is there that is boring about these motorcycles? Guys, leave it in the comment section below. Do you guys think the Honda Goldwing is a boring motorcycle? You know, I just took off with this motorcycle. I can put it in sports mode. I can shift it, power shift it without using the clutch. You know, no damage to the transmission if you know how to load it properly. And this thing feels like performance beyond what I am capable of controlling. Come on. So anyway, guys, that's my little spiel as I'm coming from my practice there. Decided to do a real short video on the topic of whether the Honda Goldwing is a boring motorcycle or not. Anyway, guys, like I said, the next time I see him, I will let him know what I think about that topic. And I would encourage him, you know, to go out and test ride the Honda Goldwing. My friend, you will love what you feel, and you are welcome. No thanks needed. Like I always say in my videos, man, as I'm cruising on home here, I don't care what you ride. Get out, practice on these motorcycles, man. You know, be the boss of your motorcycle. It's better you drop the motorcycle on the cone course or on the parking lot, of course with adequate protection on it, than to crash them out there in the streets. Rich, the Return Rider, out. As fast as it goes, you gotta know how to stop it, my friend.